Mr. Ambassador, are you ready for some music?
I am.
All right, let's see what we have here. I think it's time we rock some shakes, huh?
Let's do it.
Ne samo Coca-Cola in hamburgerji, tudi avtomobil je del ameriških sanj. Drži, da je rojen in do popolnosti razvit na stari celini, a obstajajo pločevinasti jenki, ki s karakterjem in prezenco lahko konkurirajo tehnično najbolj dovršenim izdelkom. Ford Mustang je zvezdnik, ameriški ambasador na asfaltu. V Slovenijo je uradno vstopil letos, leto za izkušenim diplomatom, novim ameriškim veleposlanikom v Sloveniji, Brentom Hartleyjem. Ta se je z njim v ostrih zavojih našega asfalta in ob spremljavi V8 simfonije v mislih vrnil tudi na zasnežena pobočja domačega Oregona.
Where were you born?
I was born in Medford, Oregon, in the 50s. It was a small town, and there wasn't a whole lot to do there. There was a big muscle car culture there. One of the very popular cars to use in those days was a late 60s Chevy Nova, which was a pretty simple, and not terribly sexy car. But people would take it and change the suspension and the shocks in the back, raise the back kind of like a drag racer, put on a muffler that maximized the noise. And I think it's hard to grow up in America, and especially American male, and not know a little bit about cars.
So growing up, I presume you had your own room?
I did, yeah.
Did you have any posters in it? What was on those posters?
It was a Think snow poster, because I was a very avid skier.
Did you travel abroad a lot?
Not so much. I grew up with modest means, and I couldn't really afford it very well.
Who taught you how to drive?
My mother.
What was the car?
It was a 1954 Chevy. This was before there was much of a concept of safety standards. So no headrests, no seat belts. The dashboard was metal, steel.
Did you have a car that in your mind stood out, said, okay, this looks interesting, I could see myself in this?
Who wouldn't want to drive James Bond's Aston Martin? And I had a very good friend who was really into English cars. He had two Morris Minors, one that he used for parts and one that occasionally actually ran.
How do you like the car so far?
That's great. It's really comfortable, and it's incredibly fun. Yeah.
There's so much power on the back wheels,
yeah.
And the torque is immense.
Yeah.
And as soon as you even look at the throttle, the tires basically start spinning, so you have to be really careful. Are you ready to stretch the legs of the Mustang?
I am.
Let's do this.
Let's see what I do. You know this road well.
Yeah, I've driven here a lot.
The brakes work.
Brakes work? We lost the guys back there.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Mr. Ambassador, are you ready to switch seats?
I am.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
Let's do this.
This may take me a second to get used to the clutch.
Take your time. You've done pretty well so far.
I learned to drive on a standard transmission, as I mentioned. And when my kids were learning to drive, I wanted to make sure they knew how to drive a standard as well.
Mr. Ambassador.
Sir.
You're a good driver. How do you see the Mustang as an American icon?
Well, it certainly is one. Ever since it came out, it's always attracted a lot of attention. It has a certain romance associated with it. When I think about sort of iconic cars, certainly Mustang fits. I'd say the Corvette Stingray, particularly from the 60s when they were so sleek and so knife-edged. For me, for my generation, that's an incredibly iconic car.
Oh, they are so ready for you. Are you kidding me?
I suspect some of our friends behind us.
Mr. Ambassador, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you. This is actually my hometown, you know that?
Uh-huh.
That's my house right there.
Yeah, wow.
Hi, Mom.
What does your mom think of you driving muscle cars?
She's always like, I like what you do. You have pretty cool cars.
Yeah.
She always wants to know what car I drive. She always gets out on the balcony.
Uh-huh.
What are you driving today?
Yeah.
But the second I ask her in,
Yeah.
the second I say, Mom,
Yeah.
you want to go for a spin? She's like, no way.
She really should try the Mustang, though.